Radio Bypass, bringing you rock and roll music that deserves to be heard. Discover new bands. Here's some old favorites on Radio Bypass.
Hey guys, we've got another great musician joining us today, and somebody that's been here once before, but a lot's been happening since the last time she was here. Please welcome Holly West from Dead Groove. How you doing,
Thank
Holly?
you. Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to have you back on
Good.
Radio
Thank you.
Bypass.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. So last time you guys were here, you had put out the Book of the Dead
hmm
studio,
hmm
and we're kind of working that. And now we fast forward to today. We played it on our music show a couple of weeks ago. You released a live version of that song
Uh-huh. Yep.
that was recorded in Peru. It sounds killer.
Thank you.
And even more exciting, there's more music on the way for Dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you've also have changed the band name ever so slightly. When we first met, it was
Yeah.
Groove Band. Now you're Dead
The
Groove.
groove. Yeah, we just dropped the band part.
Yeah, which I think is good anyway.
Yeah.
Because anybody I would tell about the band, I'd always forget to say band anyway. I'd
Yeah.
say,
It's
"Yeah,
all
check
good.
these guys out, Dead Groove."
Yeah, yeah. Well, we had a clothing company, and we were putting out some merchandise for Dead Groove, and we had quite a few designs and stuff, but we were kind of the only ones buying it because it's really hard to break out in that scene. So we decided to just drop the clothing line and drop the band part and just merge all of the existing designs that we like just as the merch for the band. So
Gotcha. Yeah, I remember you telling us about that, you and
yeah.
Fred, the last time you were both here. So you're not doing that anymore. The
Yeah, that was something we started in 2020. It was like our first venture, and I mean, we did okay, but it wasn't like we're making a bunch of money. So I think the website was costing a little too much. So I just decided to go ahead and get rid of it. Things happen, you move on.
Yep. Hey, you don't know if you don't try, right? So.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, let's talk about the excitement that's happening now. There's new music coming from Dead
Mhm.
Groove in just a few weeks. Today's
Yep.
March 5th as we sit here and talk today. So just really a few days away, a couple weeks away.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's the release is going to be called Rubicon. Is that
Yeah, the EP release is going to be called Rubicon. Just basically, I don't know if you know the story of the Rubicon or with Caesar,
yeah,
Julius
crossing the
Caesar. But
Rubicon?
yeah, yeah. So basically, it's kind of known as the point of no return. So we're crossing the Rubicon with our new EP, the new polished sound for Dead Groove, and just onward and upward from there.
Gotcha. And still the same three of you though.
Yeah, still the same three of us. Just a more polished version, I think, because your freshman record is always kind of raw, and as you continue writing music together, you kind of hone in on your craft. So I think that's what we've really accomplished here with these two new original songs, and then we've also revamped the classic Ace of Spades from Motorhead.
Yeah, yeah. I saw that on the list here for that being included on this record.
Mhm.
Um, I'm interested. I can't wait to hear that. Did you mix it up a little bit? Did you guys kind of make it your own?
It's slowed down just ever so slightly to give it a little bit more groove. And of course, female singer, so it's a little different. But I think the solo is just slightly different as well. So it's our take on it, and just paying homage to the great Motorhead and Lemmy.
Right, right. That's cool. Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. And then the two original tracks are Fire
Mhm.
and the Damned, right?
Yes, yes, Fire and the Damned.
Awesome. And that's
Um,
out on March 21st.
March 21st. Yeah, that's when it'll come out. I have the record here. This is what it looks like. It's got a flower of death on the front. Of course, same artist, Fred.
I was going to ask that question. I
And
figured it probably was.
yeah, yeah. And then on the back we have a picture we took in Peru, and then um, just some explanation about what's inside. And then, of course, from the original record that we have, with the spaceship and everything, so we've continued that theme and we've put the death flower on this spaceship.
Nice.
And so this has all the information with our names, and then on the back, the two original songs, Fire and the Damned, we have the
Even
lyrics.
lyrics.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and what's really cool is this is a clear record. So on the side one is the two original, and then the side two we have
Oh, I
Ace
like
of
your label.
Spades.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a different
That's
label on the
awesome.
back. Yeah, so another terrific art piece by Fred. And this is available for pre-order on Cleopatra.com.
Got it.
No, CleoRex.com.
Yeah, right. I was just gonna say, I think it's
Yeah.
Clear Rex, yeah.
Yeah,
But I'll add a slide to that in this
sure,
shot of ours too.
sure,
But
sure.
but Cleopatra, I think most of our listeners are probably familiar with because they've released a lot of great stuff. Um,
Yeah, and they have a lot of extra labels too that are associated with Cleopatra too. So I'm sure if you're a CD or record collector, you've got some Cleopatra in there
right.
somewhere.
Yep. Yep. And yeah, I am pretty sure it's CleoRex.com,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'll
it is.
I'll
It is.
re-verify my old memory, make sure it's right. But no, that looks fantastic.
Thank you.
You doing CDs along with that as well, or just the
No,
vinyl?
just the vinyl and digital. So yeah, it's hard to maneuver all of the what people really want as a medium for their music these days, because I mean, even cassettes are becoming something. So
Yeah.
to keep costs down, we just kind of have to pick and choose what we want. And Fred's become an avid record collector these days. So having vinyl out, I think we're just going to try to die with the most vinyl that we can.
Right. Well, I think there's I mean, we read about the resurgence in vinyl sales, but
Mhm,
but I do think people get more excited about it, even young people, because even my own
mhm.
daughter, her favorite, whatever her favorite artist is that puts something out, if it's on vinyl, she'll still end up
Yeah.
buying like an iTunes version of it just to make it easy to have
Uh-huh.
it on her phone, but
Yeah.
she'll go out and buy the vinyl as well. And
Hmm.
I ended up, giving her my beloved turntable that I used for a million years to tide
Wow.
her over,
Nice.
and then probably I'll just end up getting myself a new one. But uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got one that I love. It's rosewood based, nice and heavy,
Oh, nice.
but but she gets excited about it, and the more I talk to people about vinyl, younger people, they do seem more excited about it, and yeah, and there's still nothing more special than that. I mean, and I love what you
Yeah.
did, that you included the lyrics and everything, because
Mm.
that's what I always grew up loving. I was always
Yeah.
disappointed actually when I pull out a new
Mhm.
album and it was just a white paper sleeve. Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
loved it when you
Yeah.
pull it out and there's some pictures. It tells you where it
Yeah.
was recorded, who the engineer was, who the producer was. Then the lyrics
Mhm.
are there and who wrote the
Yeah.
song. And, it's
Yeah.
the whole experience. As you put the
Hmm.
vinyl on, sometimes
And
headphones,
you read the lyrics.
and you'd read along as you listen. It was great.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
just something
It is
about
an
that,
experience.
that feeling. Yeah. So no, I'm excited
Absolutely.
that you guys are doing vinyl.
Thank
And you
you.
were able to get vinyl, because I know for a while getting it ordered was tough too. It was hard to get it.
Yeah. Clio actually happens to have a plant, their own plant in Austin. So
That's
for us, it's
great.
pretty easy to get it these days.
That's great. And
Quick turnaround too.
how did you come to get associated with Cleopatra? Because last time you guys were on, I think, on your own with the last time we talked.
We had a different label. It was kind of a boutique label that helped us get the record out. But Fred actually ended up doing the artwork for a record that went across Brian's desk one day, and he wanted to know who the art designer was, and so um, Fred and him ended up starting to work together. So Fred actually is their art director now.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
then coincidentally, I came in and started doing video work, and we started doing authoring work. Like I was just working on a Todd Rundgren uh, DVD and Blu-ray right now.
Yeah,
So, yeah, we got really lucky to be able to work with them. But we're now actually redesigning their new office, and so it's like a
my
big happy
goodness.
family these days.
You and Fred both amaze me with all the things
Thank
you do.
you.
You're still doing your Led Zeppelin band too, right?
Yeah, still full time. I tour with them probably 50, 60 years or 50, 60 shows a year. So I'm out with them constantly. Um, and then I have a bunch of other bands that, I do one-offs, or I've been starting to play with other bands around LA. And Fred as well. He's got several bands that he's been
Exactly.
touring with. So
Yeah.
we're at the airport quite often.
Yeah. And not sleeping quite often too, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. And we actually both got pretty ill with the flu a couple weeks ago, and it just
Yeah,
knocked us out, and you got to set things back, but hopefully we'll be good for about another year. So
yeah, hopefully. But yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that's just proof that your body does need rest once in a while.
absolutely.
But
Tapped out.
for us music fans, I'm glad you guys are doing all these things.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of Fred's bands that he's affiliated with are all great. What you're
Mhm.
doing is great. And then, of
Thank you.
course, the core of it all, Dead Groove, is great. And I'm
Mhm.
excited about the new music coming.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's like I said, a kind of polished version of what you've heard before. Fire is very much 70s rock and roll kind of um, uh, just real upbeat, really a lot of energy. And actually, I wrote the lyrics about Fred, so uh, so it's a feel good song. And then The Damned is very typical of what you would hear with Dead Groove, very groovy, very kind of theatrical vocals, bluesy kind of vocals, and it's I kind of leaving the words up to interpretation, what
Right.
people think, because it could go a lot of different ways. But it's a very kind of societal kind of Kurt Vonnegut kind of deep introspective type of lyrics.
Gotcha. Because you're a deep thinker.
Yeah, I'm a deep thinker.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, are you going to accompany either of those two new original tracks? Are you accompanying either of those with a video?
Yes, we're planning to do 3 videos, one for each of the songs, and we just shot the video for The Damned, so we're on track to have that release on the 21st along with the record.
Oh, perfect, perfect. And
Yeah.
since the 21st is almost here, I assume you're not doing another single in advance of the EP coming out.
No, no, this is what we have for right now. We'll write on this for a little while, and then we'll start writing new stuff.
Well, that's going to be my next question, actually. If since it's been some time and you've got these two, do you have more ready to go for for down the road?
Yeah, not ready to go, but I do hear that Caesar's been working on some music that we'll end up, doing our thing with. Typically, Caesar will come up with some riffs and some arrangements, and Fred and him will get together and mark it all out, make sure it all flows nicely, and creates a song. And then I'll come in with lyrics and figure out which part is which, and like what kind of melodies I can put on top of it.
Gotcha. Do you have like a book of lyrics that you can go back to that you haven't used before, or do you have to do everything
Uh, I
from
I've
scratch?
been writing I've been writing since I was 9 years old, so I have a lot of material. But I typically like to just write new things. I like to see what comes to me. I definitely feel like I have a gift for writing, so it's kind of nice to just have new things. My first record, Mokita, I did that. I wanted to write at least like two parts of a song, like 30 of them. So that's what I did. I ended up just sitting down for 2 weeks and just writing lyrics and pulled from those. But this band, I just kind of try to feel what comes out, just try to let it come out naturally, organically.
And it comes kind of easy to you then?
Really easy. Yeah, we wrote the songs. We went to Peru, as we typically do. We went to Peru and we wrote the songs right there, like, and then went into the studio the next day. So these songs actually came really natural, really easily. But yeah, I'm able to hear a beat and then just hear melodies go through my head. It's a very nice gift.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic because writer's block happens to a lot of people, and
Yeah,
and a lot of people don't have a notebook of lyrics to go back to either. So if
true.
you've got
Yeah.
both things going for you,
Yeah.
stuff you can go back to, but you don't really need to. That's
Yeah.
special.
But I read a lot too. And I think that's what really helps me with writing is reading.
Yeah,
I have
a
like
particular
four.
genre that you like to read.
Nonfiction. Yeah, I don't really like fiction at all. I read a lot of kind of reference material. I was reading, it kind of got boring, but I was reading The Art of, or The Science of Storytelling. It's a good book, it's well written, but I don't know, just the theme of it kind of got me lost. So I read about half of it. And I kind of pick up a book and start reading. And if I go with it, I go with it. If put it down, I put it down.
Gotcha, gotcha. I was just curious, especially since we're talking about the Rubicon. I'm thinking maybe you read a lot of those kind of books.
Yeah, I love history. I really do love history. I do like a good historical fiction if I can, grasp onto it. But typically, I enjoy reading about history and, just learning off of things that happen, because history does repeat itself, and you also need to learn from history so you don't repeat the bad things. And definitely, that's kind of my take on life. And in a way, it's just knowledge is power.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And you're right about history. We should learn from it and not repeat it, but
Exactly.
unfortunately,
Some
we
of
do
it,
repeat
yes.
it.
Yeah, 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 for sure.
That's cool. That's cool.
Thank
All
you.
right. So we've got Dead Groove playing March 23rd at the
Yep.
good old Whiskey A Go Go in West
Yeah.
Hollywood. And King's X is on the bill that night as well.
Yeah, yeah, we're opening for King's X. Coincidentally, it's really cool. My very first show that I played fronting my own band when I put out Mokita was the Holly West band. I opened for King's X in Dallas at Trees on my birthday.
Oh,
So
wow.
this is going to be like a big full circle for me, especially because now Doug and I are friends. I Fred and I did the cactus video with him and Carmine and
Carmine. Yeah.
Ted Nugent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we've gotten to know each other through the Ultimate Jam Night and then through that, and so now we're friends. And what's really cool is he remembers me from that first show. So it's going to be really cool
Oh,
because he's
that's
one of my
special.
idols. He's one of my idols. And you can actually hear a lot of influence on the first record, the first Dead Groove record and also Mokita, how much she's influenced me. So it's just, for me, it's like a big win.
Oh, that's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank
Cool. I did
you.
not know that. I don't remember if you told me the story about opening on your birthday.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah, it's really cool. And he looked at me, he told me I had a really good voice. I almost died. I was just like, oh my God. Because he's just like, his voice and his playing and just his everything is just so awesome. And I love that guy so much. So
Well, that's
it's
good.
cool.
So you guys that can go to the whiskey that night, sounds like it'll be a very special night of music.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's awesome. That's awesome. What time does the show start that day? I don't have that here.
I have a ticket right here. Let me see. We do have tickets on our website. Uh, the doors are at 6.
Gotcha.
But we are main support.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna go on right before they do.
Got it. All right. Awesome. And the website is
Mhm.
just deadgroove.com, right? Or is it still
It's
dead?
it's actually
Band?
still deadgrooveband.com because changing URL is kind of harder than just changing the website name.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's still deadgrooveband.com.
And you don't want to have too many redirects either, because then that
Yeah, exactly.
triggers
It's just
problems.
yeah, I figured I'd just leave that one alone.
At least for now.
Yeah.
All right, so deadgrooveband.com,
Yeah.
guys. Deadgrooveband.com. Yeah, because I did notice when I played the new version of Book of the Dead, I wasn't even sure myself. I'm like, I thought I remembered because I try to keep up with your
Mhm.
guys' social media as much as I can. And I thought I remembered seeing stuff that you guys were putting out that you were rebranding kind of
Yep.
and dropping
Yeah.
the band and all that. So I did mention that when I played the song. But then I think maybe it was Instagram that I still saw Dead Groove Band. So I'm like, uh-oh, am I dreaming this that I thought I saw this?
Yeah. Yeah, I we don't want to make it too confusing for people, but I think, whatever we can change, we will change. But if not, it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
Because I mean, if you just put in Dead Groove, you'll probably see it
I
come up by now. We have enough stuff online. I think you can see it in your browser.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Well, anything else we should know that has happened since the last time you were here?
Um,
Any other exciting news?
no, I mean, I think that's it. We've got the shows coming up. Well, we are playing with Jake Fawn for our US shows. Jake Fawn played with David Lee Roth, Winger. He's done some stuff for Selena Gomez. He's session artist here in LA. He actually plays for Unzepped, which is like a take on Zeppelin with like more acoustic instruments and stuff. So he's a very, very skilled player. He fits right in with us. And we played the Paramount here in LA. We opened for Zepparella, and we did our last show on the tour a couple years ago with him in Dallas. And he's just a great player, great guy, and we're happy to have him on board with us for now.
And you mentioned opening for Zepparella, so you opened for
Yeah.
yourself, kind of?
Yeah, yeah, 3 hours of playing, and I blew up my one of my speakers in my cabinet, so I rocked pretty hard that night.
I guess so.
It's like when you play and like you play your first set, and then all of a sudden you've got all this energy. I guess I just had too much energy for my cabinet the second set.
I guess so. Well, you are a smoking bass player, so
Thank you. The problem is I was in the middle of a tour, so the next town we got to, which was we played Pappy and Harriet's out way out in the desert by Joshua Tree, and yeah, it wouldn't work. So I had to go through the PA, which playing Zeppelin through the PA sucks. I like my big 8x10 behind me.
yeah. Yeah, well, I'm sure it's a very different feeling,
Mhm.
not hearing it coming from behind you.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the vibrations just in my strings, like, okay, I'm hitting the right note because I know the vibration of the note, and that's about it.
Do you use in-ear monitors? Could you at least hear it nice and
No, I
clear?
didn't have them with me, and I mean, that's really a good idea to have them with me just in case that happens again. But I typically just have them when I'm singing. I don't typically need them when I'm just playing bass.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So you do have we got the whiskey on the 23rd, but then you do have more Dead Groove shows already booked for 2025?
No, we don't. We are actually in the process. the Zepparella gig just kind of came up because they confirmed, the gig, and then of course, since I'm in the band, they asked, if I wanted to open since LA, and so we already had the 23rd booked. So that's what we've done so far. But we are actively finding stuff more around LA this time for the rest of the year. And
Gotcha.
so anytime we do have a show, we will have it up on our website.
Got it. All right. All right. Well, I'm excited. Can't wait for this record. So, guys, March 21st, look for new Dead Groove Music, the EP, that cool looking vinyl that Holly has there.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and we're going to end our conversation by playing the Dead Book of the Dead live. That won't be on this
Awesome.
EP, but
Yep.
the most recent piece of music that's out there for general consumption.
Thank you.
So,
And you can watch the video on Cleopatra's YouTube as well.
gotcha. Are you the director of that video?
Well, no, this was done in Peru. The videographers that we hired were kind of doing their thing, but we did edit it. Fred mainly edited that video. So
Gotcha. Gotcha.
can't
All
really
right.
direct too much when I'm playing.
Gotcha. Well, I bring that up, guys, because in case you don't know, she just also directed a video for yet another band that Fred is in, Fractures. And did a great job. It looks
Thank
great.
you. This is a cool video. It turned out really cool.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But yeah, I'm just always impressed with you and Fred. You guys just do
Thank you.
so much stuff, and all of it's such high quality. So
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Just wait till this next video comes out. It's gonna be really cool.
all right, I'll be looking
It's
forward to
it's
that.
gonna be very colorful like this.
Yeah, and I do like that color scheme too.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
pretty. Yeah,
yeah,
I really liked it.
yeah.
We were gonna do a splatter on the vinyl, but we ended up going since it's a 10-inch, we ended up going with just the clear.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. A direct drive turntable might have a little problem with it being clear. You might have to play with your turntable mat, but
Okay.
it'll work. All
Awesome.
right. Well, Holly, thank you for coming by Radio
Thank you
Bypass
so
again.
much.
Pleasure
Thanks
to
for
talk
having us
with you
again.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, my pleasure. And everybody, deadgrooveband.com. Check them out. Follow them on social media. For those of you that can make it to West Hollywood to the beautiful whiskey, March 23rd, go check them out. And of course, King's X, you get a bonus. You get another great band.
One of the best bands in the world.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, here comes Book of the Dead live in Peru from Dead Groove. Thanks, Holly.
Thank you.
Give it up for the pyramid in the sky. The book of dead that controls